We got a special guest here today, Ervain Reynolds, 2025 running back from Dothan, Alabama. Man, how you doing today, brother?
Feeling great, man. How about you?
I can't complain, man. I see you, Pops got the camera holding up for you, man. Just before we get started too deep, man, just talk about the father son dynamic that's going on right here, man. What's our relationship like?
Well, it's like any other normal father-son relationship. We serious about what we do. We true followers of Christ. We don't hold back. We're not ashamed that we are true believers. You know, we don't believe in putting uh, no fake nothing out there, man. We just hometown folks who trust God and trust the process.
Most definitely, man. Just talk to me a little bit about Dothan, man. What's it like growing up in a small city like that?
And it's a love and hate city. People gonna love you. People gonna hate you. Um, it's just like everywhere else. You got the good side, you got the bad side, but it's a really good city, man. I can't complain about it. Been born and raised here all my life. Been seen both sides of the spectrum. Uh, been in both public and private school here. It's definitely a difference. Growing up here, though, it's fun, really family oriented. People tend to get along coming up through childhood. It's usually once they get up in high school when things start to change. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's just about like everywhere else, though.
Most definitely, that's a fact. Kind of just talk a little bit about you. You know, what I'm saying you're in a prep school right now. You said you've been in public school. Just kind of what's the difference? You know, what I'm saying what led into that decision?
And it's a big difference if we're talking uh, education. What pushed me into the decision was first education.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Growing up in public school, it's with it being Dothan, and just like everywhere else, public and private is always going to be above public school concerning most situations when it becomes education. And the school that I chose, they they strictly are education first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's college preparatory, and the biggest difference is the curriculum, the standard. It's a lot different. First coming in, it was very easy, I could say, at public school, getting education. Didn't really have to try too hard, made all A's, and didn't really have to pay attention too tough in order to pass. But transitioning over into a private sector, it's a lot different. You do got to study. You don't be up some nights trying to get in homework, trying to cram in other assignments, things like that. Uh, some things you got to put to the side in order to sort of stay above float at the school. So, if we were to talk about sports, um, well, the school I go to is different because I'm not dealing with as many coaches as you would on a public school team. Public school, they gonna have about 12 coaches right now. I'm probably only have about four. So
More hands on.
yeah, it's a little different. But when it comes to competition wise, um, you don't play as big of teams. I can't say that. But it all depends on who you play. The competition is just as gritty. It's just like playing as a 7A school. You have some teams that's up here and that's dominant, and you're gonna have to put your all on in order to come out with the win. Or it's gonna be like you got those smaller schools, which you're gonna trample over and you know throw in your second string, third string, let them get some playing time. So that's my
Most de-
thing on
most
that.
definitely. So let me ask you this, man. You talked about playing in the private school. Sometimes you play lesser competition. How do you feel like that is kind of do you feel like it's affected your recruiting in a positive or negative way?
It definitely hasn't affected in a negative way. It's honestly more positive because reason being, when I go to a college prep, schools look at college prep grades and their curriculums and stuff a lot different than they do public school. You know, having a 2.6 in a private school versus a 2.6 in a public school is going to be viewed different. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one that's in that college prep is going through something a bit more challenging than that one that's in that public school. But competition wise, like I said, you got those teams that are dominant, and you're gonna have to put your all on to come out with the win, or you got those other teams where it might not be. It's gonna be one of those easy games, one of those freebies. But it's plenty of teams that's on the private school level, well, not private school level, but on the lower level that can compete with schools that's even on the higher level. So you can't really use the level to determine the play style of the team. It's all going to
Right.
determine. It's all going to be based off of the team itself.
Most definitely, brother. And I also wanted to let this be known. I didn't say that at the beginning, man. This platform is called Tell Your Story. We like to showcase the story of individuals just like yourself, man, and inspire others. So with that being said, brother, just kind of just tell the people a little bit about your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Have you always been this muscular, man?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. My upbringing, I can't complain at all. I got a dad who was always there.
Most
Uh,
definitely.
even if times did get rough, he was always there, always supplied. Same with my mom. She actually has a bone disease called carpal tunnel in her wrist. Even when her wrists are aching to the point where she can't even hold a 5 pound object, she still tries her hardest to work and supply for her child. And it's always been that way. I can't complain. I can't say I've been through necessarily a struggle because me compared to other people, I've had a very blessed life, and I can't complain. I wouldn't change nothing about it at all.
Most definitely.
When it comes to putting on size, no, I was not ever this heavy. I was never supposed to be this heavy. Coming in the ninth grade, I was 147 pounds. Um, very thin. I was probably about 5'8". So not that very big. I had sort of a lean, muscular build. I was a receiver first, and I worked out decently, but I wasn't big at all. You can probably see some of those on my way back on like my older Twitter posts. But when it came to getting size, this was all hard work, determination. Ninth grade year, my football coach told me, he said, "We gonna need you to put some weight on them bones, man. Play that running back position." He said, "Man, if you were any bigger, they probably have to ban you from playing high school football." And
Facts.
after that, got some
Yeah,
coach,
you could have been.
started hitting that weight room, and I did end up getting injured this year, but I went from 147 all the way up to 196 pounds in 2 years. So it's been a long way. It's been a lot of grinding. It's been a lot of pain, been a lot of troubles, but we making it through.
For sure, man. Just for the people watching, this is my co-host, my cousin, Mayan, man. So I want to shout him out. But just talk a little bit about, man. You talked about you went through some pain. Obviously, I saw on your Twitter you had like a knee brace on, kind of like a extended knee brace on. So just talk about not the injury per se, but just how it was kind of battling back, missing some time from the football field, how you stayed locked in and persevering on to try to, you know what I'm saying, kick the door down.
Man, I'm gonna be real. It was a struggle at first when I hurt my knee. Um, I was still able sort of the maneuver a bit, work out some. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. So I was still able to hit the weight room hard. Sort of maintain my weight. I lost a little bit of definition in my right leg because I didn't have my tendons and my ligaments aligned. But once I had surgery, that was definitely the hardest time. Those first 2 weeks, I could not get out of the bed. It was very hard to walk. I did need crutches. Um, it was a painful 2 weeks. Couldn't really sleep at night. But once I was able to get walking around, being able to lift my knee up on my own, that's when I got back to working out, trying to get my leg back right, trying to get my upper body back right. Because I did end up losing within those about 3 4 weeks. I did lose 20 pounds. So I didn't gain those 20 pounds back though. Not gonna complain. Just gonna move past it and show what I got. For this upcoming season.
Most definitely, man. Transitioning into football, man. In your words, man, how would you describe South Alabama football, man?
South Alabama football, man, gotta love it. It really carries the spirit around here. Everybody's always excited for. It goes from you get to play in both worlds, hot and cold, rainy. We don't get no snow, but
Right.
get that aspect. Rain, heat, cold, competition. You got those some backwoods schools that are tough, gritty. You got those other schools that are, like I said, quite easy to walk on. You're gonna get the dub. So I guess a freebie game. They'll get your second string in. Um, but a lot of times with the school I go to, not too big of a school. About every week is finna work, finna train, dominate. You know, can't really take no days off, especially when it comes to lacking size. So competition down southeast football, it's there. Trust me, it's
Right. And Pops, you might have to, turn the camera around for the young man. We're finna go through his film right here. You know what I'm
there. Okay.
saying? Boom. All right, man. We're gonna take you through one play right here, man. I think this was a long run play. Just from watching your film, very explosive. Finna come through. Boom. Man missed. 2 cuts right there. And just to the crib. Not to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell just very explosive. We're gonna look at another clip here, another running back clip.
Great vision.
Yeah. Here comes a handoff, right outside run.
Oh my God, it's very elusive.
Thank you.
Goal line run. This is the money down right here, man. Walks in easily for the tuggy.
Yeah.
So, brother, man, just where does it come from, man?
Really, if I were to say where it came from, it all comes from hard work in the backyard. After my ninth grade year, I was I had to sit out my whole ninth grade year due to the transfer rules down here. So
Mm-hmm.
during that off season, I would be outside at night, just about every night, imagining in my head, me running the ball, me cutting back on somebody, doing the juke move, spin move, truck, whatever I got to do. I used to imagine those situations in my head, and I would relive them at night. I always like to run at night. My favorite thing to do. I knew nobody was able to watch me, and what's better than working while everybody else is sleeping? So both ninth and 10th grade year, and even now, still while I'm hurt, that's just all I think about is making a man miss, seeing that cut hole, bursting out of there, getting to the end zone, fighting for yards, and it really trained me. And then I got my dad. He worked with me in the backyard, throwing the football, helping me read field passes, catch punts, keep more vision, running drills. It was a practice and also a guy to give talent.
Most definitely. I'm gonna pass it to my co-host. He said he sees a little Nick Chubb in your brother, so go ahead and enlighten the young man.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. From just watching your film, you're very elusive. Your vision is impeccable. I love the vision. I have a question for you. As far as like, what schools are you kind of interested in getting offers from?
Me personally, I'm trying to look for schools that you know, when they see me, they say that's what I need. They ain't stacking the deck and could care less. Throw me on the back burner and I have to wait. Probably get only 2 carries every year. So schools like that whoever the best man is, he's gonna play like Miami, Florida State, Ole Miss. Those programs that they're not at the tippy top, but they're working their way up there, and you know, a family like environment.
If Coach Prime call, you'll go.
Hey,
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Uh, well, my next question for you is, bro. myself coming from a small town, how is it in your perspective just being like a phenomenal small town athlete? Knowing it's hard to get that what I would say that recognition and the views from just who the people that matter in the world, like to get us to the next level. What's your perspective on that small town athlete?
Man, honestly, it all then when you know you're in that small town, you know you ain't got too many people that put you out there like in the Atlantas and the Floridas, the Texas, things like that. The biggest factor is trusting God that He's gonna put you in place to be in front of those people. That's gonna get you out there. That's gonna get you seen. You know,
Yeah, like now.
yeah, right now. You can't put nothing past God. Everything happens for a reason,
Hmm.
and so just staying down, waiting. Went from getting just very few views. Not too many people seeing, and then just that one person seeing a post and clicking repost and liking the film and stuff like that, and now being able to get a decent amount of views. Can't do nothing but thank God because right now I might be in a little down period, but I know He's gonna let my light shine somewhere.
Gotcha. All good, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. My next question for you, this is a random question, just for just to get you, relax a little bit. What is your most your best attribute? If you had to build yourself an NFL Madden player and it was you, what would your attributes be?
It'll be between catching and my vision, most definitely. So I guess if I were to be on the game, building my player, it would the hands would have to come first because a lot of running backs out here do not have. Um, then the vision. That's one thing I have noticed that I've heard a handful of times from people that have looked at film. They said my vision and acceleration, quick burst of speed. So those
Quick
would be
versus speed.
my main attributes that I would definitely have up there if I were to have a player on like Madden or NCAA.
Okay, okay. Is there any particular players right now that you kind of like look up to? Like I know when I was coming up playing, it was AI and Kobe for me.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara.
Mm.
I really love his
Mm,
like
mm.
his smooth play style. Jeremiah Gibbs, the way he can just dip and dodge through a hole and get on about it. And go with one more, I would probably say like Dalvin Cook. I really like those three guys. I told my dad when I was 8 years old I was gonna be better than Amari Cooper. Um, so I'm still sticking to it. But those three guys right there, they definitely have been, sort of my go-to when it comes to looking
Okay,
at film and things of that nature.
okay. If he wasn't a running back, what position would you be on the field? If he wasn't a running back wasn't your thing.
Well, now that I done got so thick, compared to what I used to be, at first it would have been,
Paul.
but now I would say safety or linebacker, safety or linebacker.
Okay, look, Cam Chancellor, I see
Yeah, land the boom.
you. Okay, okay.
So, man, what do you kind of do outside of football? Who are you off the field, man? What do you do in your meantime? Go fish, chill with your friends, be on the
Yeah,
game.
fishing. I love going fishing. Fishing is a way to ease the mind. You ain't got to
Yeah,
hear all the worldly problems. Just
yeah,
reel in the good. However many fish I can catch, might take some home to eat. And outside of that, hit the weight room some. Got to make sure sort of staying up to par
yeah.
and playing the game. When you done got everything out of the way, you just want to chill, but don't feel like really leaving outside the house or dealing with anything. Get on the game. Talk to the boys online for a little bit and
There you go.
enjoy the time.
You catching more fish than pops these days, or he still schooling you?
Man, he don't
Tell the
want
truth
nothing.
now.
Hey, he just been standing on business poles, let you
Yeah.
know.
It said I got pops, man. You know what I mean? It's time for the new breed stepping. Now I feel you though, brother. So man, you got some you've been invited to a couple camps, man. Just kind of let us know what that process has been like, and are you going to attend both?
um, before I got hurt, I actually did have four visits in line with Kennesaw State, Georgia State, uh, arranged with Georgia Tech and Middle Tennessee. Since then, I just been trying to get my leg back right. I have been invited to the recruit Georgia. I've been invited to that camp. I've been invited to the Jenkins camp. I've been invited to the defensive camp in Texas.
Mm.
And I plan on attending a few college camps over the summer, like Florida State, Troy, and probably hit a mega camp.
Yep.
Okay,
So how close is the leg to being back to where you can compete on it?
100%.
I'm currently coming up on 5 months post surgery, and I'd say I'm around that 75% mark. I
Okay.
am able to run though, not necessarily hit a full blown sprint. I did have a lot more damage than typical ACL repair. I did tear four different things in my knee, so I am a lot further than what I expected to be. But definitely will be ready 120% by the time the season.
For
The
sure.
great thing got that youth on your side so you heal faster, brother.
With that
Sir.
being said, go ahead and say it again, Ma.
I said it's a good thing that you have youth on your side so you heal a lot faster.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how is well? Let me ask you this first. But so with the knee being 75%, is it likely that you participate in any of the camps? I know you don't want to rush back and re-injure anything.
Uh, it is a good chance that I will be back because I do have a speed trainer who
Oh,
worked with me to help me get back right. I was working over the last summer for the season. So we gonna get a lot of work in before then. If I am ready, or I feel as if I'm ready, I'll probably go out there and compete. If not, I'll just have to, keep it pushing and prove to them what I got on Friday Night Lights. It's as simple as that.
most definitely, brother. What's some goals for this upcoming season, man? Got any particular amount of yards you want to touch? Any touchdowns? How many touchdowns you trying to get, man?
I need 1,000. I need 1,000.
Oh, we going more than 1,000. We going. I want 2,000 rushing yards this season with it being um, touchdowns. As many as I can get, and as many times I can touch that rock, I'm trying to go to the end zone.
I love it. I love it.
And then, brother, what I like to do, coming in on wrapping it up, man. What I like to do with my platform, I like to shed light on just overcoming obstacles. Could be mental health, anything like that. But is there anything that you overcome on a day to day, other than obviously your injury, that you overcome on a day to day that you're not only a light in your household, but a light to your community, the kids that look up to you, man. So what's something that you overcome on a daily basis to still be the great young man that you are?
Man, honestly, it's adversity. Coming from someone who before could take 315 and rip it out 15 times like it wasn't nothing, to now I got lower the weight, more around that 225, 205 mark and rip it out. And having a bunch of little kids, especially at the school, who look at me because they call me Big Irv,
Mm,
and they hope to be like me one day. It puts a lot of a joy inside my spirit because I never thought that one day it would be some kid that's 5 to 10 years younger than me looking up to me as an older brother, and it's really special because I got a little sister who's also counting on me, and she swears up and down that I'm gonna be famous one day. So when it comes to overcoming those things, sometimes you do feel like, man, you had that little bit of doubt in you, being hurt. and stuff like that, and seeing everybody else and how they're doing when they're up and healthy. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, just push that to the side, focus on you. You know, trust God in the process. You know, feel down, get a workout in, know you done something, feel progress. And
Most definitely, man. And for the college coaches or anybody's in here that may see this, what would you say to a college coach right now that would entice them to give you an offer, brother?
I won't let you down, coach. I won't. I'm coming for it all. I'm not just trying to get better on the high school level. I'm trying to compete on college and soon the NFL.
And if you could say anything to your younger self right now, what would it be?
I'm trying. We ain't there yet, but we trying.
Most definitely, brother. You got anything? Last question, man, before I close it out.
No, that's all I wanted to ask, man. It was a pleasure meeting you, bro.
It was good talking with y'all too. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely, brother. Keep your head on straight. Sounds like you got your head on straight, man. Keep listening to Pops because he ain't gonna tell you wrong. Keep God first, and everything is gonna happen for your brother. Like I said, man, great kid. I know the parents are doing a great job with you, man. So stay down and remain blessed, man. I appreciate you taking the time to hop on with us today, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate you too, Pops.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good.
Yes, sir. Bless. All right, we. My, you left me. All right, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, tapping with us today on a Tell Your Story. A great young man today, Ervain. You know what I'm saying? He come back in? Nah. Great young man today, man. Ervain Reynolds, 2025 running back from Houston Academy, man. It's gonna be somebody to keep your eyes on. As you can see from the film we displayed earlier, super dynamic. He's got a burst, got vision like no other, man, and will run you smack over if you're not careful. So, college coaches, people that's looking for camp invitees, he's the one now. I'm not gonna lie to you. He is the one. Definitely slept on. 5'10". I think he's at 190 right now. Could easily fill out at 210, 215, 220 by the time he hits college and beyond, probably 235. He's small Derrick Henry to me, you know what I'm saying? But definitely a super special kid, man. So for the two people just tuned in, that we just wrapped up with Ervain Reynolds. But if you want to see the full story, you can tap in on YouTube right now because I'm getting ready to end the live. But nonetheless, I appreciate you for tuning in. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's just sizzling news. Y'all have a blessed one, have a blessed weekend, and an even blessed Sunday. Amen.